If you're looking for work, I've got a job you definitely don't want. Take a look at this job posting for a nanny that has, I'm gonna say, pretty strenuous requirements. School is starting again, and that means we once again need a nanny. Please read all of these requirements. You need to have a master's degree or higher so that our 5-year-old and 7-year-old will be intellectually challenged. No, your Bachelor of English doesn't mean you're smart, sorry. You must be between 24 and 28 years of age, that's so specific, to keep up with the activity level of our kiddos. And please plan to have your own housing. Don't assume you will be staying with us. Yes, we have extra room, but the privilege is earned, not assumed. We need you from 7 a.m., maybe up to 8:30, until 3 to 6 every weekday, and the pay will be $18 daily, not hourly, daily. Plan to bring snacks or other food for the kiddos, as our cabinets will be locked during the day while we work. You'll also need to bring educational materials such as workbooks, as we do not keep anything like this at home. Thanks. So brushing aside why snacks was in like quotation marks, and I'm gonna wonder about that for the rest of my days. The idea that you want someone with maybe a doctorate to teach your kids physics all day long while running around on $18 a day, and they're paying for food to feed your kids all day, which I'm gonna say is gonna cost more than the $18. It's led me and many people to question whether this is real. Now that said, in response to this story coming out, a lot of people online have been posting lots of like job postings for nannies, and they do tend to have a lot of crazy requirements. So Brett, is this real or not? What do you think?
I think the fact that this went viral simply underscores the undeniable fact that millennials just don't want to work anymore. They don't know the value of hard work. They don't know the value of earning your keep, cutting your teeth, getting an extra education. That back in my day, it just meant you'd have to get like 6 or 7 nanny jobs. And honestly, with the technology now, with them on their phones like they are all the time, and we should have the technology to do at least 3 or 4 days in your day. They have iPhones that they're always on. I don't understand what the problem is and why anyone would reject an opportunity for work, especially in this economy.
Yeah, look, it's believable because we know how much people don't care about people who are desperately trying to work to make a living. We, in particular, people who get master's degrees, whatever. We're like, as a culture, we just mock them. So the idea that they would come out and be happy to earn after snacks $1.50 for a day's work teaching multiple kids French and thermodynamics, I guess that's believable. We're gonna lock our cabinets. Don't even think about eating our popcorn. And we've got space, but you can't live there. That's where, to me, it feels like maybe it's just that I hope that it's satire. I hope that nobody would actually post this, but I can't say for sure.
When I was in college, I wrote an email about how douchey frat boys we were all in a frat. And it sounded kind of like this. It wasn't serious, but it was taking whatever, and that's what you do in like satire, is you take it to the nth degree. I think that is probably the case of what's happening here, but there have to have been things that aren't too dissimilar from that are actually asked for, as you mentioned, for this to go as viral.
I'll give you one. You want one?
Yeah.
So here's you need a bachelor's degree in childcare or 9 years of relevant experience. References full-time availability, including weekends. So
this is a real one.
Well, they're all supposedly real. Full-time availability, including weekends. So you just work every day. You need to own a car, be English speaking, but also speak another language so that you can teach your kids the other language. You need to know CPR, no history of problems with the law or even traffic tickets, and she will be checking on databases. No tattoos, no drugs, no alcohol, no sketchy social media behavior or public pictures. I assume they mean sketchy public pictures. You gotta be okay with pit bulls, that's fine, pit bulls are good boys. Must be okay with emergency last minute calls. When would these calls be coming? You're working all the time anyway. Perfect attendance, 100% required. Willing to pay for snacks. Again, the idea that the employee you're hiring would be buying the snacks seems absurd to me. Working with 3 people, and the capper ideally will be a Trump fan.
That's insane.
You got to teach my 3 kids German while paying for their Takis, and I'll give you $10 an hour, which is a lot better than the other one. At least it's a little bit more money.
This one isn't exactly. Who has a bachelor's degree in childcare? 9 years of relevant babysitting experience. That one should happen. But like,
is there a relevant babysitting experience? Like, it's not applicable.
This doesn't count. It was baby squirrels. Sorry, you got to be baby people.
Okay, you must be okay with my basket of squirrels.
Sophie's applying for another job. She took that pay raise thing very seriously and just put in the chat, I have 9 years of experience.
Yeah, well, Sophie's not a Trump fan, so.
But the thing is,
do you want to buy that kid food?
I know people who have nannied for families, and they make a ton of money relative to what they're asked to do, but they're not asked this much, and they get paid way more than 10 under the table dollars.
Yeah, they're not hiring a nanny. They're hiring a mom slash teacher. It's like a teacher, like teach multiple advanced topics and languages and give them physical exercise. Like that's a full staff job. You can't pay them $18. So anyway, we have a poll up right now at 2it.com/polls/entitled-parents. But if you just go to 2it.com/polls, you'll find it. Do you think that this is real or not? And I think it says less about the posting and more about what we want to believe about America. But that's available. We'll give the results later on at the end of the. Or actually, I'm not sure if we're gonna have by the end, but we'll give them to you eventually. For more political news, breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.